Hey, welcome everybody. It's Mr. Reality and it's got Psychic Medium Liz Cross here. Hi, Liz, how are you?
I'm great. How do you come up with this stuff? You are so freaking smart.
One of your listeners sent me an email. They wanted to know how people stay together for so long. So I found a couple of couples celebrating their 80th anniversary together. This is Delma and Frank Murray. I think they're in Australia. And they're still alive, but they're like 100 and 102, 101. I wondered if we
Wow.
could bring in them and just see how they're doing and get maybe some relationship advice.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. What would you like to know?
Okay, let's ask Delma first. What's the secret to a long life?
What's the secret to a long life? She's funny. She says good genes. That's the
That'll
secret
help.
to a long life.
Where do you buy these jeans?
Longevity runs in her family.
Oh. How did they stay together so long? Because they celebrate 80 years of marriage. Let's see.
Mm,
Delma's 100, and I think Frank's 101.
wow.
Here's them, their wedding day.
Oh, look at that. Wow. How did you stay together so long? Well, she says I did what I was supposed to do. I'm like, what? Okay, what does that mean? I mean, she did her wifely duties. What do you mean by that? Like she took care of the home. She took care of, everything in the home. She didn't allow him to be stressed out. It's very traditional, kind of like 1950s, right?
Right. Well,
And
it's 80 years. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and it's he would come home and life was good and life was easy. Did you stress each other out? No, they did not. He doesn't complain and she doesn't complain.
Let's ask Frank if they've ever faced any major addictions, either one of them in this lifetime, or major illnesses.
Did you ever have any major illnesses? Oh, quite a few illnesses, yes. And that would always terrify each of them because of losing each other. But now he's saying to me, it's okay. We've accepted that we've made it this far and it's okay to go. Now it's about we don't want each other to suffer. And did you ever have any major addictions or anything like that? I mean, he did have a bit of a gambling thing going on. Yes.
Hmm. Is it just that he couldn't win enough, or how long did that last, and how did it
How long?
affect the relationship?
It lasted a few years. How did it affect the relationship? Um, she didn't really complain. Okay. She's not one of those that says, I'm taking control of the Who controlled the Ooh, he says she did. Who controlled the finances? Now, see, she's saying both of us. So it's hard to know which one actually controlled the finances. But did you, when you were gambling, I mean, pretty much when he was gambling, he was controlling the finances. How did you stop? He just woke up one day and realized this was really stupid. I'm throwing my life away, and I stopped.
Wow. Cold turkey.
Yeah.
Let's ask Delma what her top two favorite moments in her life were.
Oh, what are your top two favorite moments in your life? Well, she's talking about, is that before you met Frank? Oh, yeah. She's talking about something when she was a teenager and what happened. There was a big party or there was something when she was a teenager they were celebrating and did you know Frank at the time? She didn't know him at the time, but were you married? I don't feel that they were married at that time whenever she's talking about this party.
As she met
And
him
then
at a
what was
dance hall 86 years ago, it says here.
wow.
She said she wasn't impressed by him. And
It's funny because I kind of got that. Like when she's talking about this party, she's like, "Yeah, I know him, but you know, right. Like, yeah, it was no big thing." Um However, she learned to love him. What do you mean you learned to love him? Well, after she got to know him, what do you say? After you got to know him, she learned that he had a big heart and that he would take very good care of her.
Let's talk to Frank, ask him what his top two moments were in life.
Was let me ask her this, was getting married one of your greatest moments in life? I mean, she said it was okay. It wasn't anything spectacular. There wasn't a lot of money then. And okay, so let's ask him, what were your two moments in life, your favorite two moments in life? Now, he is saying that getting married was one of his favorite moments in life. And he's talking about when he was a soldier as well, what joining. Yes, I feel being going to the military was a very big moment in his life as well.
Are they religious or spiritual?
Hmm. Let me grab them together. Are you religious or spirit? I mean, she is. She is quite religious. He, not so much. Um, but he kind of goes along with what she does and what she says, you know?
What do what does Frank love most about Delma?
What do you love most about her? She doesn't give him a hard time. Um, now I didn't really get her second moment. And she's talking about the birth of what child her children. So they must have children.
They have lots. Yes, there's
Oh,
many,
okay.
many.
She's talking about her children, right? Okay. She's saying those were her moments in life. Was it the same? See, okay, but you see, back then, men weren't in the delivery room because I just asked him. I'm like, well, weren't the birth of your children, like seeing the birth of your children, really, the most incredible moments of your life? And he says, well, I wasn't there. And I'm saying, well, why weren't you there? And men weren't really allowed in the delivery room, or in, when the female was giving birth, men were kind of like waiting outside.
Right. And is it something they do every day that they think we should do in a relationship?
Do you feel like you're really together, or do you feel like you're just roommates? No, no, no. She says they are together. Like they feel like they are together. Is there anything that we should be doing on a daily basis to extend our relationships with you? Really, her philosophy is just keep quiet and don't complain. Like, don't make the other person feel bad. Just stay silent. And what about you, Frank? What do you think? He's like, well, just love the other person. Well, did you guys ever have any rocky time? Oh, plenty of rocky times, plenty. And how did you get through them? We would just patch things up, but I don't feel that they would argue, right? Because I'm feeling that from both of them. Did you argue? See, they didn't argue that much. I just asked them. So when there was a problem, it's just both of them dealt with it quietly in their heads, as opposed to really, hashing it out and maybe arguing. And are you both very passive people? She says no. She is quite passive. She categorizes him as not a passive person, and she stays out of his way. Like, you know,
All right, let's move on to the next couple. Thank you, Frank and Delma. This is
oh,
what are their
wow.
names? This is Andrew Kowalski, now 103, and Bertha Bunny Bertram. I hope they're still alive. They're oh, this was January 1st, 2024, so I'm not sure if they're still with us, but Bunny and
They were. I feel like one of them has passed.
okay. Um How about for how about for them? What was the happiest moment of her life?
What was the happiest moment of your life, Bunny? You know, she had a good life. Okay. I can feel that so strongly. She really did not have a lot of hardships. I don't feel she ever really had to worry too much about money. I feel like money came in very easy for them.
And what advice would Andrew give to someone about maintaining a happy, successful relationship?
Oh, Lord. You don't want to know what he just said. Oh, yeah. Okay. Are you ready, Mr. Reality?
All right, sit down. Go ahead.
Don't let her find out what you're up to.
Oh no. That's a lot of
Yeah.
caginess for 80 years there, Andy.
But I think throughout the years, he had a lot of women. I'm getting that so strongly. Did
Oh
she ever know
no.
about it? No, she did not really know about it. She had suspicions, but she never questioned him.
Well, let's see. It says here they had six children, 15 grandchildren, 16 great-grandchildren, moved into
Wow.
Philadelphia in 1954. They were always honest and open with each other about communication, and they've seen
Yeah.
it all, lived together for their long, long time. So how
Yeah,
does,
well, open and honest communication, it was not,
oh my,
right? Mm-mm. No, he was messing around. Um, and back then, women did not have a lot of, well, I'm getting this so strongly, even though she was, okay, and they didn't have to suffer really financially, she couldn't afford to leave him. So, she kept her mouth shut, is what I'm getting. Did you have, she did have suspicions, yeah, but she was so busy, she couldn't question him and she didn't dare question him.
wow. Dude,
Mm.
all right, let's move on to the next one. This is an Alabama couple celebrating 80 years of marriage. This is
Wow.
George and Louise Dennis. When was this? This was in 2024, February, so it's a year ago. And boy, Louise doesn't look that old, does she? I don't know how that would be.
No,
Um,
I feel like they're still alive.
okay. Can we ask? Oh, maybe that's with his daughter, Crystal. Uh, Dennis injured when he tripped over a landmine, lost part of his
Oh,
leg, and returned home to continue treatment. Much healing and surgery for 16 months. And so that was traumatic, I assume. Probably the lowest moment in his life. And they adopted
oh,
in
they're
1952. Their daughter, Crystal, had an accident involving a horse. And they say you never get over the loss of a child. So, what is that lesson? If we could bring in Crystal, the daughter of them, to ask what the life lesson was for them.
Here's the life lesson for them. It was whether they would stay together through the grief. It was a terrible, terrible time. They were so grief stricken, they didn't even talk to each other really for 2 years.
How did they get over it?
How did you get over it? You don't. They didn't. They never got over it, but they just carried on. But no, they never got over it. Mm-mm.
So, can Crystal tell us why she chose to come into their life as a adoption child and then leave by a horse?
Because the contract was about the experience of the loss. They loved her. They loved her so much. And it was devastating for them. and you made the contract to leave. Yeah, this is not the first time she's left. Okay. So even though you're adopted, they're still her soul family. Now, I find that a
Hmm.
lot of times when I've done readings with people that have been adopted, it's just that they were biologically born to a different, mother than their adopted mother, but usually the adopted parents are the soul family. But for whatever reason, the person that was adopted needed the DNA from someone else at that time, or they wanted to create, this feelings that go with adoption. I mean, so, but for them, they're definitely her soul family and always will be.
Have they set up any generational wealth?
No.
What are they planning? Oh, sorry. What are they planning for the next life?
What are you planning for? Same thing. Same thing again. So he had, what is it? He tripped on a landmine or he walked on a landmine, did you say?
Yeah, and he lost part of his leg.
Did you think at that point that your wife was going to divorce you because no, no, she stood by him every bit of the trauma. He had PTSD from that for many, many years afterwards. He had psychological issues, and she was such a great support system to him. He would wake up with nightmares, and she would always comfort him.
Do they have any regrets about this lifetime?
Do you have any regrets about this lifetime? I mean, she does. She has some regrets. She wishes that, what do you wish? They would have traveled a little bit more, seen more, socialized a bit more. I don't feel that they socialized a much, is what she's saying to me. Um, it's just that is not there in the energy as I read it. They pretty much were, isolated. I mean, I think she was involved with the church, and some neighbors, but she likes to be social. She does.
What does Louise feel that her greatest accomplishment is in this long lifetime?
What do you feel is your greatest accomplishment in this long lifetime? Just being able to support him and just showing unconditional love, not feeling bitter, not feeling resentful. She says as some people age, they start to really get bitter and they miss the shell of the person that they once were. Now they're a totally different person. She always maintained a healthy, optimistic attitude, even as she was aging, even as they started to experience health issues. She again had to care for her husband. Like, I feel like her whole life was really caring for him. She
Is,
doesn't regret that.
is that like a repayment for a lifetime where he took care of her in a way?
Is that a repayment? No, it's what she signed up for. And it's like, still, okay. Wow. Gotcha. So, when you're caring for someone as much as she had to care for him, or any carers that are listening out there, it's hard to stay positive, isn't it? See, I know they're all nodding. Yes, it's very hard to stay positive and to not see the person as like a burden, and to be able to continue that caring role without getting resentful or hateful, without getting burned out. She never got that way. And I'm like, wow, this lady must be a saint. She
Uh-huh.
never let the particulars of having to care for him get her down. But a lot of carers out there, they face a lot of difficulties. They get burned out. Their life is restricted, just like she said. Your life gets put on hold for someone else. Did he actually always appreciate you caring for him? Well, he tried, she said. Was he polite, or were there times that, he would get angry? I mean, she said at times he would get angry, but I always held my head up high and I always stayed positive. And I always reminded myself that this is the person that I love, and that he's going through a difficult time, and that I'm not allowed to abandon him just because he is going through these difficulties. She stuck with her vows, big
Wow.
time. Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that either George or Louise does every day? Do they have like a to-do list to get them through the day, or just
Mm.
wake up and move through the day?
Do you have anything that you do together each day? They have coffee together every day. But I feel that they live kind of separately. Like she does her own little things and he does his own things. I don't feel he can do too much. Um, but she kind of has her own little social things, like, she'll call friends or speak to family members, watch certain shows. He doesn't like the shows that she watches. So they kind of, drift into sort of separate lives throughout the day. And that's understandable.
Are they both truly happy? Not with each other, but just in general in their
Mm.
own body?
Are you both truly happy? I would say that's a big no from him. He did not enjoy being trapped in the body in the way that he was in this lifetime. And I would say for her, are you truly happy? I mean, she tries to stay positive, but there was so much more she wanted to do. She's accepted it, but there was a lot more, she wanted to do a lot more.
All right. Well, thank you, Liz, for bringing forth the knowledge of the elders to let us know how we can live our lives better down here on the earth plane.
Mm, what would your summary be? I mean, I know we're living in a different time period, but these women pretty much kept their mouths shut.
I don't know if that's a way to do it now, but it's certainly that's how you maintain a relationship after in the last 80 years. I wonder what the next 80 years will be like. How do you maintain a relationship moving now? Well, maybe we can probe that as an idea. So it's 2025. Can we
Okay.
talk to some 100-year-olds in 80 years, or do we need to know who they are to do that?
Well, yeah, let's go forward to, you know, 2100, and let's see what the state of marriage. Oh, this is going to be fun. What the state of marriage is like. Okay, so as I'm going forward, I'm grabbing people that are married, and there's not a lot of people that are married. Certainly not how it is now. What percentage of the overall population in the Western world still gets married? Ooh, it's about 10 to 15%.
And there are probably not
Mm-hmm.
a lot of 100-year-olds out there who just got married now.
Oh, you're looking for people that, okay, so let's find the people that have been married for like 60 years. There's not very many of those that have stayed married. Why do we think this is? Why are people not getting married in 2100? What is it? No, it's because it's just so costly. When divorce comes, it's no longer looks bad on people who were not married. I mean, are people still getting married for legal reasons, as in, transfer of assets when someone dies? No, not really. There's new laws in place that automatically transfers assets. You just name the beneficiaries. What about like health insurance and life insurance and things like that? Nope. It's all about naming beneficiaries now. So you don't actually have to be married for legal reasons. No, not really. Now, what I am getting are those in the military, those that are in the military, they still get married. They still need to be married to take advantage of those military benefits. But other than that, are people really getting married? No, no, they're not.
Wow. All right,
Yeah.
Liz. Thanks so much. I thought it would turn a happy, sour note, but look what happened.
Well, you know, no, I mean, it depends how you look at it, right? It just depends if you think that it's a benefit to getting married or if it's a detriment. I can tell you right now, most people that have been through divorce, not that I have ever experienced that, but most people that have been through a divorce, I'm sure they can tell you how costly it was. So it just looks like as I'm looking out in 2100, marriage does not really benefit anyone anymore.
All right.
Wow.
Thanks so much, Liz. I'll talk
Thank
to you next
you.
time. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you later.